Hey, sports fans, Larry Eder here with RunBlogRun, and we've got Bryce Hoppel today, World Indoor Champion. Bryce, good to see you.
Hey, it's good to be on. Good to see you as well.
So you have survived several hours of Japanese TV today.
I have.
What was that experience like?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. They're incredibly nice, and it's a year for Tokyo, so we're gonna hopefully end up there later this year, and it's been cool to already have like the side of that, and so get training for it.
That's awesome. So I've got some questions, and then we're just gonna kind of go with things and just see how it goes. Okay, the recording's going well. God, I'm actually doing things right this time. It's an interesting thing. The World Indoor Championship, you won the gold medal. I thought that was an incredible race.
Oh,
it totally blew my mind. Would you take us through that race?
Oh, I mean, I love I don't know if it's always just like been a specialty of mine, but the tactics of indoor is like, you gotta be really cool and calculated with like how that plays out. But like right from the start, I knew it was kind of I like to say roller derby, like it was gonna be a pretty physical race, and so I like to stay out of that stuff. Like I don't really have any interest of getting bumped around or tripped up.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just like let everyone do what they did. I got an outside lane and stayed out there, let them all kind of shuffle in, and then found the spot that I like to go and went around for the ride and knew I wanted to keep whoever was leading like within the wheelhouse. And it's no secret that I like to sit right there on the outside shoulder of the leader, and kicked it in with what I had and was able to pull away from them pretty easily. So it was a fun race.
For many years, and I'm a little bit older than you, a lot older, but I've noticed that a lot of Americans didn't know how to race heats. Why are you so good at getting through the heats?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's a perspective thing. It's where like not that anyone particularly does it worse, but for like through the prelim, I just go in with confidence, knowing where I need to be and what it's like. I don't know. I like to have the analysis of what it's going to take, like time wise. I think that's one of the things that me and my coach talk about. Is like, okay, probably 144 mid, 144 low to get through this prelim, and so I go in with that mindset and like know who I'm racing, know who I'm going to need to make moves with, and give just enough to get it done so that you have energy for the rest, but also play it safe to where second or first to make it through. As for the semifinal, just of the experience that I've had in the past, it's almost like you're racing it all out, and especially with in Paris, like in the semifinal, I did race it all out. I was just right there with Wayne Yoney, and I mean it was my second fastest time at the time that I'd ever run to get through to that final, and so I knew going in it was going to take whatever it needed to take, and almost went all out for that. And so it was interesting and really cool to have run my second fastest time ever, and then go do what we did in the final.
Sure. Talk about your coaching arrangement now.
Yeah.
Because the last time I got to interview you, I think it was 23 here, and you were still being coached in Manhattan, Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Yep.
Sorry, right? I don't want to mess that one up.
Yeah.
And then you're now with Very Nice, but you also you work with Ronnie, and then you have you're a regular coach. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Michael Whittlesey at University of Kansas is still coaching me.
Say his name one more time.
Michael Whittlesey.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And how long has he been with you?
Since I got to University of Kansas in 2016 as a freshman.
Cool.
He's been coaching me since then, and so he's who made me into the athlete that I am. Like I owe it all to the University of Kansas, to Michael Whittlesey, to kind of form me into the professional athlete that I am running today. And so it was that development stage where like made me realize that this dream was even possible. And so I owe a lot to them. And so I think Coach Witt Coach Witt is what I call him, will be coaching me through the end of my career.
Cool.
And we have a good formula, and he knows the sport better than anybody, or like just as good. And so I have the insight from him, and then got to join the Very Nice Track Club, and obviously they're successful as well with Hobbs. And I got to see some of the insight more on just like it's from the aspect of keeping me disciplined and keeping me on track, and just having guys to run with. I think that was
that's cool.
A big train to be.
Now you're based now in Flagstaff?
Yeah, Flagstaff. I spent pretty much the whole year there this past year.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's been incredible. It's a great running community, in a great house. We have a great culture with those guys living in the house together, and I'm excited to go back because now we get like the the compounding effect of being in Flagstaff and the year. So it's cool to think about the possibilities. Of,
So do you train with Hobbs most of the time?
Yeah, pretty much all the time. So we're like, I think we're doing it basically like everything. He's obviously a little bit more mileage, and so like on the days where we do threshold, he'll just do like double threshold, and I'll probably do like half of that. And so it's kind of like discrepancies like that to where like we train together, but like we might do a little bit more, or we might just do things a little differently with the specifics of our track work. But for the most part, yeah, we 95% training together.
Are you a 400, 800 guy or an 800, 1500 guy?
I think I don't know how I like to word this. My specialty or like my talent was probably I came from the background of a 400, 800 guy.
Sure.
But I think I am gearing more towards the 815 now, especially with who I'm training with, and like the training philosophy is definitely from the endurance side of the 800. And so I'm hoping to have a seamless transition into running better 15s this year, but I guess we'll see how it works out.
What's your best 400?
Best 400 was a split in running 4x4s for KU. It was a 45.6.
Wow.
So I like to think the speed, and that's not even like refined speed, to where I was running 45.6 as a like cross country runner training, like kind of as a miler at KU. And so I like to think if I train as a 400 or like even like do more strength or like weight room work or refine that speed, I could do something special in the 400. But it's the 800 seems to be working well.
I don't know if you knew that when Seb Coe was competing, he took second in the British 400 champs.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not.
46.2. And he had some good relay splits.
Yeah.
But he took it from that. But he would do and then his dad had him doing a lot of kind of some of the stuff that you guys do. They weren't doing. We called it sustained back then. Okay. Yeah. And we did tempo and things like that too. But it's a little more sophisticated now, I think.
Yeah.
What's your best 1500?
No, I mean nothing too special. 342 right now.
Because you haven't run one in a few years, right? Is that?
Yeah. So my last 1500 was, it was at the Oregon Relays. It was probably like my first or second year pro.
Okay.
And like there wasn't like it was probably like an early time in the year too, to where I don't know, like nothing special came of it, to where like there's definitely well more in the bank, to where
good.
I think we can be running some decent times.
Are you competitive?
I am very competitive.
Do you compete in stuff outside of running? If I played you in a checkers game or a chess game, would you play just to kick butt?
I would absolutely. Actually, yeah. I mean, speaking to chess, I did get too into it after watching. It was one of the shows like the Queen's Gambit.
Wasn't that great?
I was like, oh, that's so fascinating.
That was so cool.
Literally read Bobby Fischer's book, and like got into chess, and like I don't know, I got pretty competitive with it. I was like trying to get my ELO up on the chess app, but I wasn't super talented. So.
Yeah, my granddaughter plays the what do they call the online?
Yeah.
And that's how she improves her game, and it's fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried to play her one time. I hadn't played in a while. She just kicked my butt. So I was just like, it keeps interesting. Okay, now I've got some. Let's see. Very nice track club. So, have you spent much time with Nick Willis?
I have not actually. I haven't spent much time in Michigan at all.
Okay. Okay.
And so like pretty much the extents. I've gone there I was actually there for the Michigan football game, so that was fun to go to the game at the big house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't spent much time in Michigan. I know they're all Michigan guys, but for the most part, it was like, hey, come out to Flag with us and train there, and so I'm pretty just like pretty set up in Flag. Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from running high school track?
I think biggest lesson is to like love the sport. I think that's what got me into track. To like, I feel like as soon as you lose like a love for it, like there's a lot more problems with that. To where like I don't know, a passion for it and a love and a love for competing is what's driven me to be probably the elite athlete that I am. To where like it wasn't running fast, it wasn't like chasing to be an Olympian at the time. I think just like loving the sport and loving the people that I had around me is like what was the most important of being in high school for sure. And that's like what drew me into the sport in the first place.
Was it hard for you to make the decision between being a college athlete and going pro?
It was. I think the hardest part of that decision was like, so it was my junior year when the talks of me being pro wasn't even a thing, because I made the Doha Doha team that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like there's these opportunities, and you could be going with these companies to run professionally. And I was like, all right, like I hadn't really ever heard of that before, because not that I wasn't a track fan prior, but like I just like didn't really know about the professional world.
Sure.
And so it was all new to me. And I was like, yeah, like let's take a look at this. But like, again, how I was saying, like Coach Witt and the program at KU made me to the athlete that I was. Like I felt like I owed a little bit to them to like finish out my career there with them and be a senior and graduate. And so it was a bit of a hard decision, but obviously the decision I made in the end, just like, all right, let's take the opportunity to go pro and run with it. Yeah.
After Paris, did you take some time off?
I did. I'm still kind of coming back from that time off. Not that it was extended, but had some vacations here. Went and watched my girlfriend run in the New York Marathon, which is
cool.
That's a special event. That's awesome to see. I think that'll be an annual tradition to go watch that.
I ran that back in '86, and it was back then. They had 7,000 people, and they didn't think they could get above 10, and now they're at 58,000.
Yeah, it's.
Well, when you go across the bridge, it shakes.
Yeah,
it's totally wild.
It was a cool, like that was a cool event to see. Like
That's cool.
Those marathon majors are something special.
Now, does your girlfriend get to come to events with you in Europe?
She's actually here. Yeah, she went and watched me in Paris, and then she's here with me in Las Vegas. So very supportive of each other.
The 800 has always been a fun event.
Yeah.
But it goes through these times sometimes of like stagnation. That is not what's happening now.
Yeah, absolutely not.
It's insane how fast people are running.
Yeah.
When you started seeing some of the fast times this year, was that blowing your mind?
It was. Well, yeah. It was a weird progression, because like this year with the changes that I made and like how training was going, I was like, all right, I'm ready to. I know I'm going to do something special. I'm ready to run these fast times. But it was never like I never had necessarily my sights set on 141. That still seemed out of reach, and so like the natural progression of it was like, all right, indoor, and I was able to be world indoor champion. It was like awesome. That was an incredible stepping stone for me, to where it gave me the confidence to go in. And I think the thing that I said at the time was like, I'm confident. I want to not only win the Olympic trials, I want to win it like convincingly. And so like going in, that's like, all right, like I started off the outdoor season with a 143, which is like better than I've obviously ever started before. And so like setting the tone there, I was like, all right, like I want to go into the U.S. trials and I run 142. And I did, and like 142 at the time. And then I was like, oh, like I'm at the top of the world. I think I can go get a medal here in Paris. And then you see all these guys run 141 at the Paris Diamond League, and it's like what is going on here? Like this is something. Yeah, it was something to see. And but that also like set the tone. It was like, all right, these guys are running 141. I'm going to Paris Olympics, and I'm also going to run 141. Like that's what it's going to take to get a medal. And yeah, I did everything that I could. And so it's been cool to see it seems like a generational leap that we just took this year, because like the event was very stagnant, and it's like, it's like, what is the variable that changed everything? Because it's all the same guys. Like it's me, Marco, like we've been around and running professionally since 2019. So it was weird that like it was such like a kind of bottom of the barrel event. We were like stagnant, not running anything special. And so it's cool to see just how big of a leap we're able to take this year.
Yeah, but you and Marco ran with much more confidence this year. I mean, that was the thing. And like I remember seeing you at the New Balance indoor, and you guys duked it out, man. You know, and I love, that's the kind of races I love. So what's when you're watching a race, what's more important, a fast time or a competitive event?
Competitive event, I think.
What do you think fans want?
I think it's an interesting mix, because like fans do seem to like want the fast times, and like it's an increasingly hard thing to achieve, because like now that we've hit 141 this year, are the fans expecting us to hit like 141 lows and 140s? But that sounds insanely difficult. And so it's hard. Like you never want an event to become stagnant, but it's hard to live up to those expectations. And I think it hopefully something special, because like we do have an incredibly talented group of guys in the 800 right now, and it'll be fun to see that competition regardless, I think.
Were you surprised when you and Hobbs made the team? Did you think Hobbs could do it?
I absolutely knew, like, from watching him and seeing how talented that kid is. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like, I knew he could be on the team. It was a matter of, I mean, there's obviously other very talented 800-meter guys in the
Sure.
U.S. So it's like, all right, can he beat these guys? But, like, I had no question that, like, Hobbs is capable of 143, probably capable of 142, and who knows? Who knows what he's capable of maybe even push the faster times. But no, it was, I mean, I got to see it firsthand in training and stuff, and just, like, that special thing we had going on in flag. And so, no, he's got a lot ahead in his future. I mean, even me being, I guess, more of a veteran in the sport, it's like it was cool to see such a young guy, like, and see the insight that I even got from him. And so it's, he's got it figured out.
With his, and I'm curious about how it goes back to you too. Seeing Hobbs run the 800s he did, and then do a 1500, and what you're running in the 800.
Yeah.
Does a 333 scare you?
It doesn't scare me, and like I should be capable of it, and like I'm gonna start gearing more towards it. But like I wouldn't say, because like me and Hobbs still aren't necessarily doing the same things.
Sure.
So like he's definitely more on the endurance side. So he's incredibly talented in the 15, and I think that ability allows him to run well in the 8.
Yeah.
So whereas like I don't think you can necessarily take that direct correlation of like, all right, I'm running 141, I should be capable of this in the 1500.
Sure.
I mean, you see that with like guys like Yard and Cole, to where like obviously they might be a little better in the 15, but they're not really doing anything special in the 8, which will be interesting to see with Grand Slam track now, because like now they have to run the 8, and so I think it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the 8, especially against a guy like Marco.
What do you think of Grand Slam track?
Oh, it's incredible. Like I think that kind of investment and that kind of opportunities to be put forth in the U.S. or like I guess in track in general. Like, they'll be in Jamaica as well. But I mean, they're pushing the sport forward. Like it's a competitor. Hopefully not like too much of a competitor with Diamond League, but like hopefully they raise each other up. But it's awesome what Michael Johnson's doing, and hopefully I'm a part of it. Like I'm not a contracted racer, but I mean I'm going to try to do 3 or 4 of the as a challenger. So it'll
now, how does that work with the challenger? Do you have to like talk to Michael and say, "Hey, I want to race," or do you have to have a certain time for Michael to bring you in?
Yeah,
have they kind of come up with that yet? Or?
I feel like they haven't really like really laid out the like specific ground rules. From what I'm hearing, it just seems kind of like just as if you were to get into a Diamond League, you just kind of like negotiate with like have your agents negotiate for you to get you in the races. Yeah.
We've got coming up this thing in 2026. They're calling it the Ultimate Games, going back to Budapest. What do you know about that?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, is just like it seems like it's going to be like, I don't even know if it's limited to like 3 people per nation, but like it seems like it's just going to be a straight up like if you're ranked top 16 in the world, you're going.
That's cool.
And so I think it is cool to like, there shouldn't ever be like, there's no other major sport that has like an off year, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think it is awesome that they're going to like create those opportunities every year that we have. But yeah, it's an interesting format to where it'll be fun, and hopefully I'm a part of it as well.
So I remember seeing you in Doha, and it was hot as can be. Since 2022, we've had championships 2022, 2023, 2024. We'll have them 2025. We'll have this thing. Do you like a championship type event every year?
Yeah, I enjoy it because like again, it's like so many opportunities for us to do well and be on these pinnacle events. So I haven't known anything different. So like I feel like I'm a bit spoiled that I did get to experience it like that. And I'm glad I guess I won't ever experience like what a lull year feels like.
Sure.
It's cool. Like I enjoy it. I think it's always weird to hear athletes that like, oh, maybe I'm not taking this year seriously, or like I need to take this year as a break to make sure I focus on the Olympic year or something. It's like I feel like you can recover within like a pretty like few week time period where like I've never seen it necessary to take a whole year as a down year, you know. But yeah, I guess each athlete's different.
Talk to me about the Olympic trials. What was the takeaway you had from the Olympic trials this time?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome to see like the amount of energy that like just happens from the event in general. Like you see these other athletes doing incredible things. It's like, all right, like I want to do something incredible. And so I think it's cool to see like other athletes lift each other up. And yeah, I mean, it felt like a special one this year. And again, like I think everything lined up for me to do something special. And so it was an honor to be able to like break break the Olympic trials record and like set the tone for like, all right, let's go do something special at the Olympics. And I think it's important that the U.S. is always kind of like leading, not necessarily leading the world, but like making sure that we're seen on the world stage. And so I feel like that was kind of like a role that I fell into this past couple of years for the 800 in the U.S. level. And so it's been fun to kind of take that leading position and do the best I can on the world stage.
Is it a big deal for you to wear a U.S. Olympic uniform?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the biggest honor. It's
cool.
Hardest country to make and best country to represent for sure.
Which athletes did you get to meet when you were over there that were not track and field that you kind of said, this is cool?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool to meet some of the NBA guys in the opening ceremony. So I got to, met Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and it was cool. Like, it just intermingling with like the different sports and like we're all here together to chase after the Olympic dream is definitely special. And but I think one of the most personal moments that I had were like, it was in the team athlete lounge and Coco Golf was just kind of sitting on one of the bean bags and I was sitting next to her and we had one of her tennis matches on and like I got to just like ask her some of the insights on the match and it was
cool.
It was pretty cool. That was a special moment that I'll remember. Yeah.
Did Steph Curry and some of the other guys, do they follow track and field?
I didn't like have like super like conversations with them like about that and that stuff, but it did seem like like some like it was cool to see the intermingling of like hear some of these other athletes like, oh yeah, like I am a track fan, and so like I don't know, you don't really think about that of like the crossover between sports, but yeah, it was cool to get to have that interaction for sure.
Yeah, I interviewed Michael Jordan back in 1988, and
oh man,
I had him, Carl Lewis, Andre Agassi at an event for Nike, and Michael knew I'd been a track coach, and he goes, okay, what event would you have me do? And I had 5,000 people sitting out there watching, and I go, triple jump. And he goes, why? I said, well, your vertical leap. I said, your back is really strong. I know you've done the long jump. I said, give me 6 weeks, I'll get you over 55 feet. I said, but you won't make the Olympic trials with that, man. You got to go 58. And he was just so competitive, and that's one of the things I observe is how competitive most of the athletes at your level are. I mean, can you, when you're not in a race, like if you were with Yared Nuguse, can you guys just hang out?
Oh, for sure. Like, it's been cool. And that's always an interesting dynamic is like the amount of friendships that I made like on the circuit. So like me and Marco are like really good friends, and he's an incredible guy. To where it is, it's fun to hang out with competitors. I mean, I do. Yeah, I'm like, I think that is important to have like that competitive like. That was like one of the things I'm born with. I'm just like hyper competitive in anything I do. So like I get frustrated playing with my friends in pickleball because I'm like making bad hits. But no, I think there's also a space to be friendly with your competitors. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. All right, I want to ask you. I'm going to give you 8 or 9 quick questions. These are for high school kids, just to give them some tips. They're going to be like a kind of rapid fire and kind of a minute. What's the most important thing in a warm up for kids at the 800 and 1500 to understand?
Oh, most important thing is just like make sure you're feeling good and ready to go. Like there's no like specific method or any like special formula. Make sure you're getting warmed up. Make sure your body's feeling good. Get the jog in, stretch the muscles, make sure the muscles are feeling good and firing. It's just like you know what your body needs and you know how when you feel good, just get feeling good is what I'd say.
What about a cool down after a major race? Oh,
absolutely necessary. Like you don't want to like take a race car and then just like hit the brakes and it's done. You need to flush that system out and you need to get ready to go for the next one. And it's just part of the process to make sure you're taking care of your body.
If you were talking to some young 800 runners, what would you tell them about tactics racing the 800 early in their careers?
Yeah, I mean, tactics are huge. Like, I feel like I've almost made a career off of it to where, like, one, it starts with the tactics in your head. You got to go in confident. You got to know what you're about to do, and you got to know what you're capable of. And, like, I think putting yourself in the position to win and making sure you're comfortable in those positions is probably more than half the race. Like, you need to make sure you're ready to go and make sure you're queued up to cross the finish line first, I'd say.
Did cross country play a part in your development in high school?
It did. I mean, again, that was what actually got me into track in the first place. Was like I was a soccer guy that got transitioned to stay in shape for for soccer through cross country, and I found an incredible group of friends that made me love the sport again. And the team aspect was like the thing that was one of the coolest things. And getting to experience like the team aspect of being on like Team USA is like, it makes it so much more special, and like definitely one of the big things that keeps me going. So yeah, cross country and everything, like it will make you a better runner and help you develop into everything.
If you weren't doing the 800 or the 1500, what track event would you do?
What track event? I think the 200. So like it goes way back to where like I went to a Catholic school, and like they had us do like a field day.
Sure.
And like they had us do track events, and I was always pretty darn fast at the 200 meters when I was pretty little. So it was,
cool.
200 meters just has a special spot for me.
If you were doing a field event, which field event would you want to do?
All right, so baseball background, the javelin. Like I feel like I could launch that thing pretty
Cool.
good. And like I've honestly never picked one up and never tried to throw it because they look dangerous, but I feel like I could launch that thing pretty far.
Yeah, we did, when I was coaching community college, there was Kathy Zielinski. She was an 88 Olympian, and she was CHP. And I'd bring her over, and I'd have the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And they would try. They would totally screw it up, man.
Oh,
because it's the same when they throw a football. They
Yeah.
horse it. And it's like with a good baseball pitcher, can't horse it either.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things like the javelin, too. So it keeps it kind
Some
of fun.
finesse to it for sure.
Let's see. Rest time. Talk to me about, so you had Paris Olympics, and then you took a break. So 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's very important with like being in tune with your body to like, I think you're more so giving yourself a mental break to like refresh and be motivated for the next year.
Sure.
Because like I don't think there's really any such thing. I mean, there is a such thing as giving your body a physical break, but like you want to stay in shape, you want to keep taking care of your body, and you want to keep staying on top.
Yeah.
So that you're ready to go into the next season. And so I think you do got to give it that downtime, but like keep staying active. Like maybe enjoy like another physical activity, like playing spike ball or like going for bike rides. It doesn't need to. You do need to step away from the intensity of just like track, but like keep the healthy lifestyle going up and just like take a mental break and reset and get ready for the next season.
What kind of weights and core work do you recommend for young athletes?
I like plyos and like explosiveness to make
Okay.
sure you get that like, I don't know, I feel like it's great for the joints and great for just like staying pliable and explosive. You need that like explosiveness, especially for the 800 and sprints, to be able to like have that reactivity. But yeah, I think staying strong, plyos, and like explosive workouts is definitely what's been a big game changer in the 8.
Was your girlfriend a track athlete?
She is, so she actually races, so she's professional for marathon. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, she ran in, New York Marathon and was 20th. So
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's that's one of the toughest courses I've ever run.
yeah, it looks difficult.
It's the last 6 miles are just a butt buster because you're going through Central Park a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
And it's after, when you're on Fifth Avenue, there's more people than you're ever going to see in your life.
Yeah.
And you get all very, very excited, and that's when you do dump,
So have they kept the exact route like pretty consistent over the years?
They changed the course. It used to be in Central Park, 5 loops around there. And in 1976, because of the bicentennial, they went to the 5 boroughs.
Okay.
And it's pretty much the same course now.
Yeah,
And
dang, that's cool.
it's pretty neat. It's I've gone for like 32 years, and each year is such a different one. But it's also the difference with New York is there's no pacemakers, so it's all about racing too,
Yeah.
and it really keeps it a lot of fun.
That's cool.
If you were you have will you do indoor this season?
I will do indoor races. I don't think I will be focusing on World Worlds
Okay.
though. Yeah.
All right, okay. And so will we see you at the NB meet?
Yes, I will
Good.
be at. Yeah.
Good. It's always fun to see you there.
Yeah, that's a good event.
What book are you reading right now?
I am. What am I reading? Shoot. I have it in my bag right now. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
It's I don't know the name specifically, but it's like the historical, like the Kennedy like Kennedy assassination. But
Oh, cool.
I'm a big history buff, you know. Like,
Yeah, no.
a lot of fascination in World War II and everything. So like I like reading a lot of U.S. history books. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a quote that's a big deal for you?
Quote.
Or
Yeah, I mean,
something inspires you?
I don't. It's not that it's run of the mill, but like to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. So like I like truly believe that. Like I think we're all given opportunities and all given gifts, and to give less than your best is like like you want to work hard and do everything that you can to take those opportunities. I think.
Matt, we're down to the last couple of questions. You've survived very well. You
Oh.
always do, Bryce. So, hey, talk to me about the final in Paris.
Yeah. You know, like there's always things you could be doing better tactically, and like maybe the race could have gone this way, maybe the race could have gone that way. But you know, I left it all out there on the day it was, and it came out with one of the like a result that is incredible, and I'm very honored to be the American record holder and everything. But there's always that bittersweet of like I didn't get the medal, and I think it was particularly bittersweet because like my dream and like working through this whole Olympic cycle was like I want to be on that podium, and I dream to be on that podium, and so like to achieve it there in that moment, it hurt a bit, but like now in hindsight it's like wow, like I get to be the American record holder and be the first American to run on 142. It's an incredible honor, and I couldn't be more happy with it. Yeah.
Will we see you compete till 2028?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Just re-signed with Adidas. Couldn't be more.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
man.
very excited to be working with the Adidas family. And they do so much for me. So
they're great people. They really, I ran in Adidas stuff in the 70s and 80s. Man, I remember I still have my Moscow 1980 shoes, which was we thought. Oh, here's a couple ones I wanted to ask you about. We were talking about how fast the 800's gone. Do you think the shoes are playing a big part, or do you think do you think like people like me in the media are overdoing the shoe thing?
It might be a little overdone.
Okay.
I think there is definitely something to be said about the shoe technology that allows you to train at a certain level. Sure. I think the recovery times and like the ability to go from one workout to the next has definitely improved, and like it's definitely beneficial in that way. To whereas like I think on the track specifically, and like I guess in the 800 it might be different in different events, but like in the 800 I think it's very marginal of like what they're actually allowing us to do. So like I don't think it's like any massive leap in the shoe technology that's like it's allowed these guys to run 141. You know.
Do you? How often do you get massage therapy?
Very frequently. That's like one of the most important things to stay, just like, because it's always like, you never want to be reactive, you want to be like proactive to where like you want to prevent like a little tweak in your Achilles or anything like that. And so it's, I probably average like 3 times a week. Yeah.
So what do you like? So after a hard workout, what is the part of you that feels sore? Is it like hips, hamstrings, or is it different each time?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I like try to avoid soreness. To where like you want to be working out ideally to like be feeling good after the workouts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like an anomaly, but I typically really don't have anything like feeling sore after workouts, particularly. Yeah.
Are you big on hydration?
Huge on hydration. Yeah, that's like probably one of the things that I'm like most on top of is like I always have my electrolytes, I always have my water, and just everything.
Do you drink carbonated beverages?
I do drink carbon. It's that's like one of the biggest things that like Hobbs taught me was like carbonated beverages and like making sure you're like sugar like for a workout you need the sugar and like energy in your body to like perform your best in the workout. So it's definitely don't shy away from sodas.
Are you a coffee person?
Absolutely. It's I can't start my day without it.
Okay, what's your favorite coffee drink?
So in like. I feel like it's less common to find it in the U.S., but flat whites, I feel like is like the perfect mix of milk and coffee.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, Bryce, you survived the interview, and we're with Bryce Hoppel. He is the world indoor champion. He is the American record holder in the 800, and he's one of my favorite interviews. Bryce, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You did a great job today. This is Larry Eater with RunBlogRun. And we've just interviewed Bryce Hoppel.
Thank you very much.